Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Duma Tutorials, and Duma Tutorials, as you guys already know, is all about helping students to succeed in their exams. I just completed a class with my online students, my 2025 JAMB UTME online students. We've concluded lessons on present tense. We looked at the four aspects of the present tense, and we answered questions from the past questions on the different aspects of the present tense. We looked at the past tense, the different aspects of the past tense, and we answered questions on the different aspects of the past tense from the past questions. Okay, in our next class, which is going to be on Friday, we are going to look at the future tense, and we're also going to be attempting all the questions on future tense from the past questions. If you've not joined us already, you're missing out on a lot of lessons. This year, I have teachers of all the subjects: mathematics, physics, chemistry, CRS, economics, literature. I have teachers that are employed, good teachers, very committed teachers that are employed to help me prepare you guys for JAMB UTME this year, because my goal this year is to produce students who are going to score 350, and only of English cannot give you 350. So I employed very good teachers to help me in preparing my students to score 350 plus this year. Okay, so I gave myself the challenge of bringing lessons for you guys every day for 20 days. Okay, those of you who are on YouTube, those of you who are on Facebook and on TikTok, I'm gonna go over to the classroom to film today's lesson for you guys. Okay, now if you've not joined our online classes, make sure you join us, because I'm missing out on a lot of lessons already. This is the number that is on the screen to join us now. Okay, stop missing out. Join us now. If you want to smash JAMB UTME this year, make sure you join us. Use this number that is on the screen to join us. Our fee is just minimal, very minimal, because the goal is to help you. So, and I made the fees to be minimal so that everyone can afford it. Everyone should be able to afford education. Okay, so I made the fee just 1,000 naira per subject per month, so that everyone can afford it. Okay, make sure you join us using the number that is on the screen to send me a WhatsApp message. And now let's head over to the classroom and film today's lesson.
All right, here we are. We have a question on the board. This is the question I'm going to be considering today, and this question draws on how to use would rather in a sentence. How to use would rather in a sentence. Basically, when to use the past tense with would rather, and when to use the present tense with would rather. Okay, so that's what we're going to be learning today, and this question is from JAMB UTME. JAMB UTME 1995. Okay, this from 1995 JAMB UTME past questions. Okay, now let's look at it. Her mother said to her, I dash the dinner now. Her mother said to her, I dash the dinner now. We have option A. Would rather you cook. Option B, would rather you not you cook. Option D, would rather you have cooked. Okay, now which one is the correct answer? Like I said earlier, this question is on how to use would rather, in a sentence, when to use would rather with past tense, and when to use would rather with present tense. Okay, now would rather is just an expression that is used in showing preference. Okay, just an expression that is used in showing that you prefer something to another. For example, I would rather teach than work in a bank. I would rather teach than work in a bank. Now this simply means I prefer teaching to working in a bank. It's used in showing that one prefers one thing to another. Okay, when you prefer one thing to another, you use would rather. Okay, when you use the past tense with would rather, and when do you use the present tense with would rather? Let's take for example, I would rather you listened to your teacher. I would rather you listened to your teacher. Do you notice something? Now in this sentence, I would rather you listened to your teacher. I used listened, past tense. Okay, I would rather listen to my teacher. I would rather listen to my teacher. This sentence I used listen, present tense. Okay, now this is how to use would rather with past tense and present tense. If the subject, you know what a subject is? The person or the thing that the sentence is all about, or the person or the thing that carries out the action of the verb in the sentence. Now, if you have two subjects in the sentence, make use of past tense. Let your verb be in the past tense. if the sentence contains two subjects, the verb should be in the past tense. Now let's take for example, okay, the example I gave earlier, I would rather you listen to your teacher. Okay, now we have two subjects there, I and you. I and you, those are two subjects that are in the sentence. So I use the past tense. I would rather you listen to your teacher. I would rather listen to my teacher. I would rather listen to my teacher. Okay, now this sentence has only one subject, I. It has only one subject, so I used the present tense. I would rather listen to my teacher. So that's how to use would rather in a sentence. That's how to use would rather in a sentence. When you have two subjects in the sentence, make sure the verb is in the past tense. When you have only one subject in the sentence, make sure the verb is in the present tense. It's very simple. Okay, so now let's look at the board. Let's attempt the question now. Okay, her mother said to her, I dash the dinner now. Okay, now let's look at the options. I would rather you cooked. I would rather you cook. Would rather you not cook. You cook. Would rather you have cooked. Okay, which one is the correct answer? I believe you already know the correct answer. How many subjects do we have in the sentence? How many subjects? Okay, the sentence starts here. This is a direct speech. Okay, this is a direct speech. I dash the dinner now. Okay, how many subjects do you have in this sentence? Okay, now we have one, I. Okay, in the options we have another subject. Okay, you, that's the second subject. So we have I and you. These are the two subjects that will be in the sentence. So are we going to use verb that is in the present tense or the past tense? You're going to use a verb that is in the past tense. The verb has to be in the past tense because we have two subjects. I and you. So which one is the correct answer now? Option A. Okay, option A is the correct answer. Option A. Would rather you cooked dinner now because we have I and you, two subjects. Okay, now option B is incorrect. Is in the present tense and we have two subjects, so it's incorrect. If the sentence were I would rather cook dinner now, this would have been correct. This would have been correct. Okay, if the sentence were I would rather dash dinner now, okay, I would rather dash dinner now, okay, without this you, without the second subject, this would have been correct. Okay, the sentence would have read I would rather cook dinner now. I would rather cook dinner now. Okay, without the second subject. So this is wrong, and this would rather you not cook. This is wrong. Okay, would rather you have cooked, also wrong. So the correct answer is option A. Would rather you cooked. Okay, now option D. Would rather you have cooked. Now this is in the past participle. Okay, because of the presence of have. Okay, so this cooked is the past participle of the verb cook. Okay, so this is the past tense of the verb cook, and this is the past participle of the verb cook because of the presence of have. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. Option A, because the sentence has two subjects. So that will be all. Tomorrow we'll look at another question. Okay, like I said at the beginning of this lesson, there's a class that is going on for JAMB UTME candidates in 2025, and this class has been on since November 4, 2024. If you've not joined us, you have missed out on a lot of lessons already. You have missed out, well, you can still have access to the previous lessons if you join us. The fee is 1,000 naira per subject per month. Okay, now if you want to have access to the previous lessons, you have to pay for the months. Okay, you have to pay for November and December lessons. Okay, if you want to have access to the previous month's lessons, you have to pay for them. So the fee is 1,000 naira per subject per month. Okay, use the number that is on the screen to join us if you're among those who want to smash JAMB UTME visa, because we have a lot going on for our students. Okay, the students in our online classes, we have lessons every day, we have student-led classes, we have quizzes at the end of every month. So make sure you join us if you want to be among those who are going to score 350, because that's why we're preparing our students to score 350 and above. If you want to be among those who want to score 350 plus in this JAMB UTME, make sure you use the number that is on the screen to send me your WhatsApp message. Okay, like I said, the fee is minimal, just 1,000 naira per subject per month, and it's very flexible. You can pay for 1 subject, 2 subjects, 3 subjects, 4 subjects, as many subjects as you can afford. Okay, so that'll be all for today. Thank you very much for learning with me. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye bye.